Hello and welcome to the E14 Gamecast, Emotionally 14's gaming podcast. I'm your host, Rob Wade. I'm joined as always by my pet rock, joining me via satellite, the incomparable and 8-bit Blake Harmer.
Howdy.
Hello.
One up.
I just chuck stuff in while I'm talking, why don't you? Damn it. How many intros do you have, man? Every damn episode. Too many. It's true. And Brad Harmer Barnes is joining us.
Dice rolling sound.
Yay! The dice roller thinks he's people.
It's funny because most of this week I've been poking Rob, going, should we have Discord? What is Discord? Do we need a Discord? Everyone's talking about Discord. I really think we should have a Discord. And the general impression I'm getting from Rob is, okay.
So yeah, we have a Discord.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, it seems fine. You know, I've only ever been a participant in it before, but now as a server owner, it seems like everything I expected.
Yeah,
which is cool. So you know, if
by
people
the time this goes out, people can join us on the E14 Discord channel.
Yeah, exactly. And what I can do is
or forum or whatever the correct term for it is.
I'm not sure how you find the Discord. That's the only thing. I don't know if it's like a private forum thing, but I can put links out with the episode, so that's not a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a weird thing. I don't really, I'm not really quite sure how bits of it work.
For very little I've played with it, and I'm not really playing because I've only really played me and you, just checking the chat room works.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And it really does feel like an old internet relay chat room,
which is cool. Maybe that's what people were desperate for.
Yeah, maybe
a lot of these messaging tools are very elaborate, so maybe they wanted something that was kind of simplicity.
Yeah,
and
it's not overly distracting while you're gaming, I suppose.
Yeah, that's it. It's primarily designed for game streamers and people who are playing on chat, like people who want to play on PC without doing the in-game chat in like Steam or Steam. So it's a sort of companion for that. Although I guess it's more designed for people with more than one monitor.
Or have it running on your phone. Yeah,
you can do. This is true. Yeah. But yeah, E14 has one now, and there's channels for each of our products, so each of our offerings. Yeah. So if you're interested in Discord, there will be links associated with the show. I'll stick it in the show notes. Fuck it, I'm sure I can manage that.
If anyone can do it, you can.
Well, that's kind of you to say. Probably right. So, I mean, what games are you gaming? I mean, there's a bit to talk about with GenCon.
Is it?
Yeah, we got that, but I mean, there's GenCon to talk about as well, and tabletop wise, there's a bit to share there. There was fucking massive GenCon like this year in terms of stuff.
It was, as a Star Wars tabletop gamer, yeah.
No, that definitely.
Awesome.
Well, I mean, speaking of massive,
Legion buyer,
big fuck off Star Destroyer, Super Star Destroyer announced for Armada.
Executive class Star Dreadnought, which is. I was always playing Armada going, wouldn't it be cool if they did a Superstar Destroyer, followed immediately by, they're never going to do a Superstar Destroyer.
Guess what, Brad?
If they do one, it probably wouldn't work. And then as soon as they say they're doing one, I'm like, it sounds amazing.
Yeah.
It's not big enough.
Yeah, Blake, have you seen it?
Yes, I've seen it. I know it's not a big deal, the scale of it in Armada, but it does feel weird. It still feels like it's about 2 foot too small.
Well, yeah, but I mean, at the same time, not many people have got dinner tables that long.
They're not hardcore enough Armada fans.
I want that to be criteria.
Blake would know. He's always inviting us around his place to play Armada.
Absolutely. You know, he's massive on inviting us around in particular. So I think he's play Armada.
Yeah, because he's great. He's got these wonderful tabletop games, and he just always invites us over to play.
Absolutely. You know, he's also banned from most furniture shops because he's that guy who goes in and says, I need to play Armada hardcore. What can you sell me? And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Just glue me 2 coffee tables together.
So this is
Bring
the range.
King Henry VIII's banquet table.
Sir, we sell all those things here at the range, but we don't allow the actual gluing to be done on site. That's all it is. That's all it is. No, sir.
They used to be cool.
Yeah, the range?
No, it never used to be.
I was going to say, since when? So yeah, if you're a Star Wars person, it's been pretty mad. Then I think they announced an expansion for Game of Thrones as well, but I've never played. I've heard great things about the board game, but I've never played it myself.
Yeah, same. Yeah, no, I'm not really into Game of Thrones or Song of Ice and Fire enough to pick up the game off my own back. But if someone else had it, I'd gladly give it a go.
Yeah, it's one of those things. If I was at a board game cafe and I saw it on the shelf, I might give it a go. But
I mean, I think Blake's got it. He might invite us around for a gaming night one night.
Sounds great. Yeah, brilliant.
I don't think it won't fit on the table.
Ah, damn it. With the Superstar Destroyer expansion, it doesn't
He bought 4 executors.
Yeah.
He complains
That's why I
his
can't have
table.
anyone over.
He
It's
said
why
his
I can't have
table
anyone
wasn't big
over.
enough.
I can't get anyone in the house anymore. I just can't open the door.
His
Fucking
table's too
executors
small.
everywhere.
He's glued 4 executors together to make a table big enough to play with his other executor.
They all laughed at me. They
Blake,
laughed
more
at me,
money
I tell
than
you.
Sense Armor.
Yeah.
More money than tables.
Yeah.
But to be fair, that's probably for the best, to be honest. Because, like,
Oh, yeah.
even a modest salary is better. You know, you don't want that paid in tables.
Yeah, the reverse is
Unless you're Bubba Ray
worrying.
Dudley, I guess.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah, the
then.
reverse would become worrying unless you run a table shop.
Yeah, exactly. If you're
But if you run a table shop, you've got to put up with Blake coming in every 3 weeks, haven't you?
They've just announced the Star Raider. Get this fucking table to my house.
Yes. Sir, someone here wants to see the manager. Is it Blake or Bubba Ray Dudley?
This one didn't break easily enough.
They've made the galaxy gun.
I just powerbombed a woman through it and it bounced. Mr. Harmer, we've had this discussion already. Don't try it at home. They say they're very clear on this. On all the TV stuff, they say no, Mr. Harmer.
I just didn't realise she'd bounce on an executor. That's what I didn't think was odd.
Yeah. Well, Blake, let's put it this way. You thought about an hour ago that the weirdest thing we talk about is Peter Stormare getting fucked by a puppet, but no, here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are.
I always like to be
just
standing
inserted-
corrected when I do these.
Why would you throw a woman at your Star Destroyer? She was dressed as an A-Wing.
I'm into kinky shit. What can I say?
That is a weird kink.
Yeah.
And yet there's probably still a Tumblr for it. Who knows? I feel like if there's
Deep dark corner of Reddit somewhere.
if it's anywhere, it's one of those two sites. It has to be. Or maybe stumble upon is kind of too easy. You know, it's like fish in a barrel.
My worry is
Blake throws women at a model of a Star Destroyer.
I was going to say this is making it a bit. I'm a bit worried that it's making a E14 / fiction now.
I think that's already a thing somewhere. Yeah, there's somewhere for that already. I can set a channel up for that in Discord if you really want. Do it on my phone, just right here.
/cord.
That's probably, maybe that's the thing, if not already. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds like the sort of thing it could be a thing, even though I don't know what it might mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. There's some stuff you hear it and you go, I don't know what that is, but I bet it is.
Mm.
Yeah.
So what games have you been gaming, Rob?
I mean, to be honest, like video game wise, I've been on a bit of a lull, and I go through these fits and starts every now and then. I think I've talked about it on episodes before. I've just been a bit meh about the concept of gaming recently. Mm-hmm. I go through fits and starts of it every now and then, and I do get over it eventually, and I go back to playing something. But I think what's happened is I've just played too many games that I've just been playing and then just lost interest in midway through. I've not finished anything in a while. I think that's what it is, because I was playing The Witcher 3, and I liked it, but it hadn't quite hooked me in yet, and now I'm stuck on a particular quest, and is
it a werewolf?
No, it's a botchling.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, we are.
Yeah, I'm stuck there, basically. And what it's basically boiled down to is, this is going to sound like a really weird reason, but my TV is very dark, right? Okay. So the contrast on it's not very good. So in any game where I play where it's happening at the night, I have a hard time seeing what's going on.
Okay, yeah.
Now that particular quest, either way you play it, because it's got the two different ways of playing it, either way you play it, there's a point in the mission where you get attacked by multiple enemies who have the knack for disappearing and reappearing. Mm-hmm. And I can't really tell where they are at times, and I have problems. So it's basically got to the point where I've got quite stuck and quite frustrated because I've done it multiple times with no success. Okay. I think what I need to do is play it at the right time of day where I don't have any glare coming through, like from the windows and stuff like that, and I can just.
You tried changing the gamma settings in the game? Can you do that?
I can. The problem with that is I find that it's one of those things I might just have to accept, even just to complete this quest. But it washes everything out, and you lose some of the graphical fidelity. But you may be right. I may have to just bite the bullet and do it just to get through.
Yeah, and turn it back again.
Yeah. So I did that for a bit. I've stopped now. I probably will go back to it, but I'm going to probably just start something else up and play that for a bit. I did try Xbox Game Pass for a month or two, which is like their sort of PlayStation Now equivalent. So you can there's just like a catalog of 100 or so games. You can download whichever one, as long as you've got the subscription active, you can download and play as many as you want all the time and stuff like that. So I did a few games doing that. State of Decay 2, Sea of Thieves, the pirate one, which was quite cool. What else did I play? I played loads of indie games as well that I wouldn't have otherwise bothered with, like Human Fall Flat and Cluster Truck and other things I didn't realize were things until I saw the game artwork for them. I was, oh, that sounds fun. And
Plus the truck's fun.
It's all right. It's one of those things. It's like, I don't know if you've seen it, Brad. But basically it's a first person jumping game, and you're just jumping between truck flatbeds as they drive along a course. So the idea is you have to jump and time your jumps to land on the next truck to try and get through the course as quickly as possible.
Okay, no, I haven't seen that.
No, it's quite fun. It's not one of those things I'd go out of my way to pay a lot of money for, because it is very much like it's like a party game style, pick up and play and sort of play for 2 minutes and then go, oh, I can beat it that time and that sort of thing. It's fun, but it's not, it's not like a big, deep, epic.
No, I think I picked it up for a few quid.
Yeah, it seems like a decent price for it. I had some fun playing State of Decay 2, which is kind of like an open world zombie game. But it's because a lot of it, because it's a zombie game, they make a lot of the day and night cycle seems quite heavily skewed in favor of the night. Okay. So you spend more time, it seems to me at least, like you spend more time in the dark than you do in the light, even though theoretically you should have. I mean, I don't know if it's just set in Iceland, in which case it's like you're lucky if you get any daylight, to be honest. But again, it's like you can't really always tell particularly clearly what's going on. So I sort of lose my patience a bit, and you have to sort of. I end up wasting a lot of time just stood in my base waiting for night to change back to day, so I can go out and see what I'm doing. I might just need a better telly. I think that might be what it is. Maybe I'm just in a bit of a rut about that because it was cheap, but I've got what I paid for. Yeah. And then I was playing No Man's Sky, and I've
heard mixed things about that.
I was enjoying it a lot, and I'd sunk about 50 hours into it, and I hadn't got to the end. And it's quite a long game in terms of, you can spend a lot of time doing it. But then they did this big update, the one that they did recently, that adds like multiplayer and adds new control mechanics and also overhauls the graphics. But they also overhauled the mineral system and the crafting system. And now I don't understand what anything does, because they've actually changed the way, before it was kind of like, you need carbon to do this. And you knew where you could find carbon. You could find it from plants and animal life and stuff. And you'd go and you'd wipe it out with your mining, and you'd take the carbon and use it for the thing. Now it's like, oh, you need this mineral. Right, where do I find that? You find it on this type of planet. Well, this is not the same thing at all. It's not just a straight swap. They haven't just swapped the element names for new ones. They've actually overhauled it completely. Okay. And I decided the best way I could think of to kind of get around it was to load up a new game from scratch. Go through and just kind of go through the tutorial and get into it. And I tried, and I was sort of getting the hang of it. So I thought I'd jump back into my old game. And I'm too far along. I don't want to start again and go back up, because it took me 50 hours to get to where I am, but I'm not quite following where I was. And so I've just kind of given up, and I'm just going to pick something else up to play. In fact, I was going to ask for you guys' opinions actually tonight, since we're recording. Because I have a few games I can choose from, so I thought I'd get some points of view. And then tabletop wise, we played our Heroclix game since the last time we recorded, I think.
Yes, we did the Infinity War OP.
Yes, that's right. And I got some cool stuff out of that. And I got my my Batman animated series starter set, which I've got recently here. Yeah. Got my Batman animated series characters. I've got a brick of it as well, but I haven't had a chance to open it yet. Obviously, I'll be recording that, because it's the done thing when it comes to bricks of Heroclix. That's what we do on Emotionally 14. So it's a jolly good time had by all. So I've got that to look forward to. I've been clearing out some of my board games and card games and stuff that I'm not playing. So I've got eBay listings up for a load of stuff at the moment. I'm trying to decide if I'm willing to take the best offers I've been given and things like that. The usual eBay stuff,
Yeah.
Put yourself out there for offers. At least these are within a $5 of what I asked for, because I've had times in the past where it's like, I would like £10 for this Heroclix. Best offer. I will give you £3 for this Heroclix. That's your best offer? You're shit, mate. eBay doesn't have automatic fuck off you shit cunt messaging.
I mean, there's not many social media channels that do.
You say that. I was telling Blake about this just before we recorded. I was on the Skype call about something cool that I hope to be able to talk more about in the near future. I can talk to you guys about it off air. And I got a message saying like, are you still up to talk on Skype? I said, yeah, no problem. I'm ready when you are. And they said, I'll be with you in a few. And Skype gave me 3 options to reply. See you then. See you soon. You better be. Fuck me. That's pretty aggressive for a first impression, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like you want to forge this sort of a networking relationship with somebody and you're just like, you better be fucking online. It's bizarre.
Yeah.
And this is, it's a Microsoft product now. You'd think they'd be a bit more like, okay, great. Sounds great. See you then. Like tech companies are always like that, aren't they? Kind of be all trendy and stuff. But no, they're super fucking aggressive with it. Like, I'll see you later. What, bitch?
Bye, whore.
Yeah. Exactly. It seems a little bit OTT, I would feel, for a Skype instant messaging program. Very peculiar. Don't quite get it myself, but yeah, very odd. I think tabletop-wise, that's about it, really. I mean, I think we've talked about it on the show that we played the Batman game, you and I, Brad.
Yeah, we did a 4-player game of Rebellion as well.
Yes, we did. That was jolly good fun. I think we'd just done it when me, Dave, and Blake recorded last. I think we'd relatively recently played that one. And oh man, that was so much fun.
Has anyone ever had a bad game of Rebellion?
I don't know.
Even it's possible.
My thing has always been, if I didn't like losing games, I would have stopped playing years ago.
The same, yeah.
But even if I lose a game, especially with you guys, I have fun anyway. But Rebellion, I think me and Blake lost, but we were just giggling like twats the whole night.
Oh yeah,
because we're twats, so there's that.
You blew up Dantooine because reasons.
We did. We thought it was a double bluff. We just couldn't be sure. We couldn't be sure it wasn't a double bluff, so we just thought they were on the side of caution. We're in the area, wipe it out.
Rebel base is on Coruscant. That is bullshit.
That's a twist. What a twist. Rebellion directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
That was one of the tabletops we played recently. Is Ian from Fire When Ready. He hadn't actually ever played it, so Blake and myself taught him how to play it.
Nice.
And I think he absolutely loved it as well.
Oh, I hope so, because it's such a good game. And
he managed to turn Leia to the dark side and turn her into an Imperial character.
I did not know you could do that.
I didn't know you could do that, but he found a way.
Wow. Is there a card for it then?
Yeah. It basically kidnapped them. It was, you had to have them kidnapped, and then there's a Palpatine mission that turns people to the dark side.
Okay. All right. Well, that's the what if we never, we probably did get it in Infinities, but maybe we did.
Rebellion's just such a flawless game.
It really is great. It's just, it's one of those games that I'd love to play more often. It's just, obviously there are so many games that are worth playing. So many hours.
Some of them aren't even Star Wars.
No, exactly. It's a short list, but it's there.
Yeah. A Venn diagram of Star Wars and not Star Wars.
Yeah, it's a big old diagram though. Yeah. And they overlap. There's no overlap whatsoever, but they're massive circles.
Possibly the Lego Star Wars movies.
I guess. Yeah. Free Maker Adventures at a push, I suppose. Yeah. I don't know. But what about you guys? What games have you been gaming?
Who's going first?
You can go first. That's fine.
All right, pushy.
I can't get into my room.
Don't you get accommodating?
Oh, no. Video game wise, I have been playing the Batman Telltale game. I've been playing through the second season.
Oh, how is that?
Really good. Riddler's done so well. I praised the original series for I just loved the spin they put on some of the characters. I genuinely think it might be one of my favourite takes on Batman in general. What blew me away the first is they actually made Penguin a credible villain, which wasn't something I'd really seen done before.
No, it's very true. Certainly not the Burton movie.
No, it's very hard to get Danny DeVito or Burgess Meredith out of your head when you're thinking about the Penguin. As my friend says, really, Penguin should be more like Bricktop from Snatch. He should just be a genuinely horrible gangster.
Like they do in the Arkham games, just kind of make him a bit of he's like a sort of Cockney gangster with loads of thugs who do his dirty work for him.
Like that, but given like a whole Telltale adventure to do his story over rather than quick scuffle. Yeah, no, he's really well done. The second season did something which I didn't think was ever going to be possible, and they gave me a version of Harley Quinn I actually like.
Wow. Okay.
I've never been a Harley Quinn fan. I've never kind of glommed onto her. She winds me up all the time, except for this version, which is such a strong character. So I'm really impressed by that. Mostly Battlefront 2, apart from that, because I can jump on and have like 20, 30 minutes here and there.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a good way of doing it.
And also it goes in the Star Wars part of the Venn diagram.
Yes.
I like doing the Starfighter combat more than I do anything else.
So much fun. So much fun.
The Ewok hunt is amazing. Have you played that?
What'd you call me? That's such a hard one to talk about. It's like, what kind of what mode? Ewok hunt.
Blake, have you played Hunting Ewoks on Battlefront?
No, I can't say I have.
It's like Friday the 13th in Battlefront.
Oh, okay.
It's Endor at night, and there's 19 stormtroopers and one Ewok running around in the dark, and they've got a holdout. I think it's either 5 or 10 minutes. They've got a holdout before the shuttle arrives. They've got the only thing the stormtroopers have got for night vision is they've got a torch on the barrel of their gun. They can toggle on and off. But obviously, when you do that, the Ewoks can see them really easily. The Ewoks player can see in the dark and has just a spear. It just creeps up behind them and stabs them. When you get killed as a stormtrooper, you come back as an Ewok hunting the remaining stormtroopers.
Oh, good.
That sounds really awesome.
So good. But it's like when you're a stormtrooper, it's like playing the Friday the 13th FPS. It's really quite scary, but hilarious at the same time because you're being hunted by Ewoks.
Yeah. Progressively more and more as well.
More and more. It's so much fun. And I say the game, I don't think the game ever runs over 10 minutes. So it's a good, have a quick blast of that and jump into something a bit heavier with it. If you guys are on Battlefront, then Ewok Hunt is well worth playing.
The Hunt of Ewoks. I don't think they were thinking of Brits when they came up with that name. Yeah. I'm sure, Americans surely have that, like Ewok Hunt. Like,
it's not quite the same, is it? Yeah.
It's not as bad, but Ewok Hunt. Do me a lemon, you Ewok Hunt.
What else have I been playing? I've been playing Beat Cop on PC as well.
Oh, how is that? I've heard mixed things.
Mixed is fair. It's okay. I think I pay between. I must be like I've got to change my tenner anyway when I bought it on Steam. Okay, that seemed a fair price. It's a good point and click kind of time balancing game. You've got to issue so many parking tickets before the time expires, but you get distress calls you've got to go and deal with crop up along the way, and it's like a bit like Papers, Please. You've got a choice of what you can prioritise on any one given level. Yeah. So it's very much like that, but it's really fun. It kind of nails the kind of late 80s, early 90s moves like Boys in the Hood and things like that. It has that kind of vibe. So you've got the Mafia and you've got either a Crips or a Bloods type, and you're either doing jobs for one or you can either play totally neutral or you can end up doing jobs for the Mafia, which obviously then pulls you out of favour with the Crippy Bloody people. Or you start doing work for them, and that pulls you out of favour with the Mafia. And last time I played it, I ended up doing just working for the Mafia, and the story ended early because the other organisation put a hit out on me. Yeah, it's I like I say, I got changed to a tenner, and that seemed a fair price for it.
Yeah, that sounds fair enough. Yeah. It sounds like a laugh, though. Anything that's like Papers, Please is,
it's a bit more action-packed than Papers, Please, which is very much sim admin.
Yes, there is that. But
game's such a hard sell.
It is, yeah.
Trying to convince someone to play it is so hard.
No, it's really good because it's set in a really depressing Eastern Soviet bloc territory. Like, okay, and it's like paperwork. You get to do paperwork, and it's like you get to like detain people. So.
Yeah, you got to make really odd decisions, like whether you feed your family or put the heating on.
Do you decide to let grandma die for the sake of economics?
I gave me a gun last time.
Yeah, no, that's true. Actually, I think I ended up with a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
One of the
Yeah, I used to work in admin, and that happened all the time. In fairness,
yeah. See, retail didn't have to worry about that so much. It's probably for the best, to be honest, because there'd be a lot of bodies.
Oh yeah,
some days more than others. But
I worked in retail for about 9 months, and I have to agree.
Yeah. Are there any other games?
Tabletop wise, I've been playing a lot of Legion for Firewind Ready. Our Star Wars gaming show over on E14. And in fact, you'll join us on Tuesday night.
I am. Yes, indeed. Should be good.
Yeah, nice.
I'm hoping to get a chance to watch the rules tomorrow.
It's just such a quick, fun game. I think I've said before, it's kind of the best bits of X-Wing, the best bits of what we can, the best bits of bolt action. It's just it's a streamlined system that just kind of captures the Star Wars vibe as well.
Yeah, nice. I look forward to it.
That's what I feel. So, is there any other? No, I think I might. Apart from that game of Rebellion, I've not managed to get a lot of the table. Apart from that playing, most of my Tabletop games have been with you, I think.
Yeah. So playing Heroclix and
just either you invite me over and we play a tabletop game, or I invite you guys over and we play a tabletop game at my house, because it's how this group works. We kind of invite each other around each other's houses for a tabletop game. Right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's gone quiet again.
Speak English.
Oh, you picked a fine time to fucking start that shit, Blake. 46 episodes in, you bastard. I think Brad's just disappeared off the camera. I can only assume that a jet stream of liquid has just found its way across the room. I broke him. That's what we do.
Oh, yeah. Recording 4 shows this week and 3 of them I'm doing with you. I'm going to end up injuring myself.
I'm doing 3 of them with you.
Okay, that's all right.
Yeah. 2 of them with Blake, and then two with Blake.
Yeah. It's been a good week.
Yeah, it'll be a good week. I'm sure it'll be a very great week. And I've just saying to Blake, I finished. By the time this episode goes out, I will have a new toy box out because I've done one of those.
Okay, good. Awesome.
Finally got a chance to edit down the Heroclix games we played. So using our brick pulls from...
Like, why do you keep shaking the camera and pointing it at your breasts?
Just wanted to let you know they're still there.
I got your toy box,
it's because I'm holding it up because I've got nothing eye level to rest the iPad on, so I'm sort of my arms are failing me.
The problem is we're recording this over kind of like a Skype type program, and Blake's wearing a T-shirt of the hardcore punk band Refused. The problem is that every time it cuts to it looks like he's refusing to talk to us.
Nope.
I like the band Denied. Yeah, but I would say we recorded. So when we did the brick pulls, we pulled out 600 points worth of models, and so it's basically it's just under an hour. I think it's basically like a sort of mini apocalypse game, and it's just 600 points, 1-on-1, and then we did another one which was 300 points, which will be shortly afterwards.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so that's using mixed Marvel and DC pieces, and then the other one's Deadpool. And I've got one to record with Crouch from the Superman brick, and then I've got my Harley Quinn brick, my Batman brick.
Gameplay videos.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
4 matches. Yeah. Then I've got the Harley Quinn brick, Harley Quinn and the Gotham Girls to open. Annoyingly, I've got 9 Elseworlds boosters, and when I went back to the shop thinking I should get a 10th, they don't have any in stock.
And then won't be getting any.
Annoyingly not. I think
wants them.
No, I think they've cleared through them. Just some complete chump in a YouTube channel in the basement corner of nowhere. It's like $5 each, bargain.
Yeah.
To be fair, it is. But, annoyingly, they only had 9 in stock at the time. And since then, I've gone back and had a chance to buy them, didn't take it. And now I've gone back looking for one and they're not there. So it's either stick with 9 or pay retail, which fuck that noise.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. That's my toy box. I say that's the toy box stuff at the moment. So I've got a fair few bits.
Our YouTube indicates people our viewers and readers and listeners dig the gameplay videos. So.
Yes, I would agree. The numbers certainly lend themselves towards that. And also watching some poor chump look for Constantine seems to be quite well.
Yeah. If you guys dig it, then that's what we'll do.
There you go, right? So there you go. Well, thankfully there's a... in the Harley Quinn brick, there's I don't know if it's in the brick, but there's a Zatanna in the set who has a small rabbit John Constantine pog that attaches. So technically, I don't now own all the Constantines anymore. So now I should probably fix that.
And you have him for the Batman Miniatures game as well.
I do have him for the Batman Miniatures game. I painted him up and everything. So he looks lovely.
Yeah,
he turned out all right.
There's a game we could do a gameplay video when we've learned how to play it properly.
I reckon that would make a good game, I do. Like I say, as long as we know how to play it properly.
Yeah. And E14 Robbie Munn's a huge Batman fan and a huge tabletop gaming fan, and as well as being a game designer, so I'm sure he'd be well up for that.
Well, there we go. I have offered Robbie a chance to be on the Gamecast, and unfortunately scheduling is not permitted, but we will make it happen. It's quite common.
Yeah, I mean, Blake could always invite us over to play Batman, I guess.
Well, there is that,
Yeah, fine. I don't own it, but fine.
Get the replace
or your table.
Yeah.
You got loads.
Just throwing Batman Heroclix at his executor.
Dressed up as a woman. I don't know. What are we doing? This whole thing got away from me.
While Peter Stormare goes to town on it. I don't
know. Did you recast Jedi with Peter Stormare as VA Wing?
No. That was not one of the ones we discussed.
Not as Arthur Greenwich, as VA Wing.
There's a couple of movies you'll never be able to look at in the same way again. Most notably one.
I'm looking forward to the show already.
Yeah, well, it shouldn't be too long. So I'm hoping to get it out this week if I can get the edit done.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, well, if not, it'll be next week. So,
either...
Well, basically, it will be one of those 2 weeks.
Let's go here.
Yeah, Constantine was never in the animated series, was he? So...
No, annoyingly, Zatanna was. There's another one of her in the Batman animated series set, which is a pretty cool sculpt, but there's no Constantine to speak of because he's turned up in Justice League Dark, the cartoon, but he's never turned up in the animated series.
That animated series was so good.
It was good. And the what's nice about this set as well is it's also Justice League cartoon. So
okay.
The 2002 one with basically all the good voice actors and John Jones Martian Manhunter and John Stewart Green Lantern. So
even after all these years, Master of Phantasm is my favourite Batman movie.
I think there's some characters from some of those standalone ones in there as well. And then there's Batman Beyond and Old Bruce Wayne are both in there.
Okay.
Is Peter Stormare in it?
Not that I'm aware of. I do find myself
in it.
He plays Dracula in Batman vs. Dracula.
Ah, okay. Well, there you go. So maybe if he's in the set, then you can get a Peter Stormare. I'm often wondering, if you were to pick some actors, just kind of, pick a film and then kind of look at the main characters in it, the main cast. How easily could you get a click of them? So obviously, somebody like Black Widow's, Scarlett Johansson's really easy because Black Widow. Chris Evans is really easy because Captain America. Ben Affleck's super easy because Daredevil and Batman and technically Superman because he was in that Hollywood land where he played.
Oh yes, yeah.
I can't remember his name. The guy who played Superman in the sort of original TV series.
That will come back to me later.
George something.
Yes, so I was going to say.
Yeah. But yeah, you can get Affleck really easily because you can basically get away with 3 characters for that one.
Yes.
You can even have a Nicolas Cage if you can find a Ghost Rider, which is increasingly difficult, it seems, because there's not been that many sets with him, and the ones that have seem to be quite hard to get hold of.
Not really?
Quite old sets as well.
Yeah, the only Ghost Rider I've got has got tits. So Nicolas Cage, clearly not the cast for that one.
Is that the one with the size?
Yes. I think it's meant to be Alejandro Blaze.
Let's see.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely not Nicolas Cage, because last I checked, Nicolas Cage does not have breasts. But then, to be fair, I haven't looked that hard, so
they're never going to do it. But my personal favourite Ghost Rider is there was just a 5-issue Garth Ennis miniseries called Ghost Rider: Trail of Tears.
Okay,
and it was set just at the end of the American Civil War. It was just a totally self-contained Ghost Rider story. But it's my favourite Ghost Rider. It was a horseback Ghost Rider. Yeah. It was just the chains kind of constantly orbited around him and the horse. It just looks amazing. Yeah, it's on Marvel Unlimited, well worth a read. It's it is quite dark because it's in the American Civil War in the Deep South, and no one's particularly getting on with the central characters, isn't it?
No, indeed. It's not particularly known as a period of American history known for its whimsy. So it's
quite. I think it's Clayton Crane does the artwork as well, and his Ghost Rider stuff is every panel is a full blown painting. It's incredible.
Wow, nice. Yeah, art style is one of those things with comic books that it really can make or break. an otherwise perfectly serviceable comic. Like Silent Hill was really bad for that. The art style in that was very odd. I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the Silent Hill comics I couldn't get on with.
I like the stories they tell.
The artwork, it's. I will generally put up with bad artwork if I'm really enjoying the story. It takes. I have put up with good artwork around a bad story before because I've just been enjoying the artwork. It's. Yeah, I do mean it can be make or break sometimes.
Yeah, it's a tricky one to balance, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, what else is in your gaming recently? Anything else to sort of speak of there?
No, I've done all of mine. It's just Blake waiting for Blake to say about all the gaming nights he's been having.
Yeah, I've been having loads.
Without us.
So apart from playing with my duct taped executor. Oh my god.
When he says duct tape together as executor, he's actually stuck 8 vacuum cleaners together and just lobbed it at a wall.
Yeah. No, most of my board gaming wise has obviously been with you guys. So it's been obviously Rebellion. I played with Dad the other day. Really good game.
Nice.
Did obviously plenty of Heroclix, stuff like that. We got a game coming up soon, I think, for future recording.
This week,
right?
The Brick Fury one.
Yeah, I believe it is.
Yeah, the
weekend.
The Serpent. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
The self scenario.
Yeah, awesome. Sounds cool.
Yeah,
so it should be a fun one. Looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
Video gaming wise, I haven't been playing. I'm playing lots of like smaller games, really, like more. Because I played a bit of Detroit. I'm really enjoying it, but I must admit I haven't picked it up recently. I don't know. I've just not been in the mood for that sort of game. If that makes sense.
So hyped for that game, and I just never got around to picking it up.
I picked a copy up. I haven't had a chance to play it yet. It's pretty much standard, I realise, but
I think I'm just not in the mood for one of those sort of choose your own adventure pointy clicky style things at the moment. I've not been. So my main game at the moment has been Hollow Knight on the Switch, which is sort of like a Metroidvania 2D hack and slash game, but a bit like, I suppose you play a small insect basically working his way through like dark catacombs, and it's got like a story that slowly reveals itself as it goes along. It's quite.
I don't know about my normal life.
Yeah. But it plays a lot like Dark Souls.
Okay.
In the sense,
the hallmark of whimsy.
Yeah, in the sense that if you die, you have to go and reclaim your soul to get all your money back and that sort of thing. It's not as harsh as Dark Souls, but it's
like Rogue Legacy used to be.
A little bit, except you don't have a new area every single go or whatever, and it's not. It's not a roguelike in the sense that it changes map every single time. It is one big app and you sort of learn, but you can't. But like a lot of Metroidvania style games, you can't go back to another area until you've unlocked another ability, that sort of thing.
Yeah, so I know the kind. Yeah,
had like backtracking, that sort of thing. But I'm enjoying. I'm really enjoying that.
It reminds me of a couple of games.
Apart from that, in terms of roguelike style games, I've been playing a lot of Enter the Gungeon.
Oh, I like that game.
Yeah, it's basically. Enter the Gungeon, it's sort of it's procedurally generated, so it changes every time you play, a bit like a lot of roguelike style games, but you basically a random hero trying to go through through dungeons with unlocking different guns as you go. Some of the guns are range from the normal like shotguns, machine guns, that sort of stuff, to like really bizarre weapons like one I have found, it's called a low letter R, which is the gun is in the shape of an R, and when you fire it, it shoots the word bullet at people. Yeah,
there's some weird stuff like that. They've also got things like
shit in there.
There's a few that are kind of designed to sort of remind you of certain guns from things like there's like ones from Blade Runner and That sort of thing. It's called the Decad, that sort of thing. It's like, you know, it sends up popular culture in gun play as well.
I got a proton pack once, and also I got the wind-up gun from Futurama when they're fighting the Ball Planet. I had one of them as well. Yeah, so there are a few like film references, stuff like that. All weird, like guns. Like it's a t-shirt cannon, but the t-shirts poison people for some reason. That sort of thing. But
that's a weird one. Yeah,
the weird game. It's a weird game artistically, but
it is fun. Yeah, that's reminded me of a couple more Switch games I've been playing. So I bought Overcooked 2.
Oh, good.
I've been playing that. Oh, it's so much fun.
Overcooked 2.
Yeah, there is. It's literally just come out like in the last week or so. Oh, it's so good. So good. And how
does that work, one player?
Not as well as you might think. You'd think it would just be you get like, you know, the same number of, you just get one person and you get maybe a little more time to do everything. What actually happens is you get two people and you have to switch between them.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the first one, it was incredibly clunky. The second one seems a little bit easier because I've managed to 3-star most of the first 3 worlds by myself without actually having anybody else play yet. So I've managed to get through worlds 1 and 2 and some bonus stages and a couple of bits of world 3. I think I've got 3 stars on almost all of them now.
Okay.
And it didn't take me a huge number of attempts with most of them, like 2 or 3 tops. And it's really, really fun. And apparently the difficulty curve does shoot up after World 4. But it's just more of the same in the best possible way. But they've done a lot of things to kind of tidy up some of the controls. So like when one of the things I always used to find annoying, when you're walking around holding something, you weren't necessarily sure which place you were going to drop it. But if you're holding some sort of item of food and you go up to a surface, it will highlight it. So you can see where you're actually going to drop it. And you can throw things to each other now as well.
Cool.
So it's very much like but it just throws directly in a straight line from where you're facing.
Rather than just being ankle deep in beef after the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, but you can be ankle deep in beef, but what you end up having to do is, if you turn around and throw it the wrong direction, you'll just lob it over the edge and it'll fall to its doom. Like there's loads of things, it's like set on a hot air balloon but they do some sort of, what's really cool is they do some really cinematic levels. There's one fairly early on where you're in a hot air balloon that's falling apart.
Okay.
And so as it's falling apart, it's little bits and pieces are catching fire and it's throwing little flames into blocking you in and blocking you out of places. And then about halfway through, you crash into a restaurant. And then what's left of the hot air balloon mixes with what's in the restaurant and you have to use both to finish off the orders. It's really cool. It's really hard to explain and make it sound amazing, but it really is cool.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I've been playing Stardew Valley, which is basically Harvest Moon on the Switch. It's like an indie game where you just play a little bloke you go to a town and you've inherited a farm and it's a shit tip and you have to sort of convert it into a nice farm and start farming vegetables and sort of meeting the townsfolk and, you know, like eventually you get a wife or a husband and get kids and a dog.
I misheard you then. I heard you had to start farming vegetables and meat and the townsfolk.
No, that's the Papers, Please sequel.
Yeah.
Don't Ask Beef.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been playing that a bit just because it's one of those games I've had since I bought the Switch, and I've never got around to it because I know from speaking to friends that you can you can sink a ton of hours into it very easily.
What was it called?
Stardew Valley. Like I say, it's like Harvest Moon, if you've ever played anything similar.
I'm familiar with the Neil Young album.
It's not quite like that. By which I mean, if they're Venn diagrams, they're just two big circles.
Yeah, just Lego Star Wars in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. Why not?
One's a big Death Star, but that takes up a coffee table.
Yeah, it's true. Okay. Or several coffee tables stitched together. And then otherwise, I was playing Lego Marvel 2 for a bit on the Switch, but I just found myself, I was enjoying it, but I wasn't interested enough to see it through.
I totally lost interest in all of the Lego games, to be honest with you.
I'm finding that
engaged me recently.
They're just the problem I've got with them is as well. They're like the Jurassic Park one. Here's the problem I have with it. Basically, Lego Star Wars 3 movies, Lego Star Wars 2 3 movies, Lego Force Awakens.
Okay.
There's not enough there.
No.
They should have waited and done Lego sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
And they haven't done, from what I can see, they haven't announced Lego Last Jedi. You would think that would be on the cards if they were sticking to the formula, but they seem to have just given up on it.
Yeah.
I wonder if they just didn't sell any.
Yeah, but they did Incredibles, and that was in just the 2 Incredible movies. So
yeah, but the thing is, with comic books, with comics and superhero properties, I feel like there's more room to just make shit up.
I think that's why they've gone down the superhero route.
That's why the first Lego Batman one was so popular. That was one of the best received ones, was the original Lego Batman one.
I don't remember enjoying it that much.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. I played it and I liked it, but it didn't grab me like Lego Star Wars did.
I thought Lego Star Wars it's for prequel set, wasn't it? 'Cause it was actually around the time Revenge of the Sith came out.
Yes, it was. Yeah, because I think you could spoil yourself on a bit of the story by playing Lego Star Wars, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first one was the prequels, and then the second one was the original trilogy.
Yeah.
And they did a Clone Wars one, Lego Star Wars 3, which was, it wasn't great. But there was a few mechanics in there that they were trying out for the first time, which I think came into, they ended up suiting things like making Pirates a better game later and stuff.
I loved the Lego Star Wars ones, and I quite enjoyed Lego Indiana Jones. So like Lego Batman, it just kind of became, I just lost interest after a while. So it's like, okay, well, Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, okay, we've done that one. Okay, Lego Harry Potter, they split into 2 games because, of course, they have. Yeah. Because, Harry Potter is desperate to be Star Wars. And it was like Lego Marvel. I was actually, unusually for me, I wasn't excited about the Lego Marvel one. I was, all right.
First Lego Marvel was all right. I quite enjoyed that.
But it's now just a case of, obviously, Lego game of, it's like I said the other week about the Funko Pops.
Yes.
Of course there's a Lego game of that. It's no longer a surprise.
When you were talking about how it's kind of lost interest because they've just they start just spamming them out. I was thinking of exactly Funko Pops as the kind of business model. Yeah. They're just like, it started off as kind of, here's a cool superhero one, and like here's sort of a dozen from Marvel superheroes, and here's a dozen from Star Wars, and that now it's like there's what was the one I saw the other day? It's like there's weird stuff like original He-Man Master Universe stuff, okay, it looks kind of cool, but there's cartoons that I don't think people watch then, but they've got Funkos of them now. I just think, why?
Yeah, so the problem with Funko thing is it's no longer you see a Funko Pop in the shop and go, oh, cool, they've done a Funko of this character I really love, of Critic, of this character I love from this video game. That's cool. Yeah. And they've done so many and proliferated markets so much that your reaction is no longer, oh, cool, of course there's a Funko Pop. Did
I tell you about the retro ones they've done, the pixel art ones?
Yes, yeah.
The Xenomorph, pixel art Xenomorph. I can't remember what they're called. They've got some special name. Unplugged. Maybe it's just Funko Unplugged or something like that, where it's like, or am I thinking of the Turtles Heroclix?
Possibly.
Because those are, kind of cool. Right. I can't imagine buying myself a box of them, but I could pick up one if I saw them at a fair or something.
Yeah.
I mean, a games fair rather than just a fair. Next to the merry-go-round.
The duck, the pixel.
Yeah, I'm all right with that. If Heroclix were the prize for hooking the duck, I'd have it go more often, to be honest, because I just could do without most of that tat.
Especially you can see, if you get the red duck, you get Constantine.
There's nothing I could hook that would get me Constantine besides the right eBay listing at the right time. In the end, annoying, very irritating in that respect. Blake, any more gaming games? You gaming? You big gamer?
No, a bit of. I've been playing a bit of Tekken 7 with friends. Been going to All Gen and playing with. There's a group of people that love Tekken, so I've been going to All Gen games in Rochester, and
that's cool.
Playing that every now and then.
Yeah.
I come around second and third most times, so I feel like I hold my own. There is one guy who's bloody good though.
Yeah.
It's always a bigger fish.
Yeah, there's always a bigger fish.
This is true.
Oh dear.
Sent Blake off to sleep. Nice one.
Apart from that, there's nothing majorly big. I mean, I picked up a cheap game, which I must admit I beat in a couple of hours, called Guns, Gore and Cannelloni.
Oh, I've seen that. I was wondering if that was any good.
Yeah, it's good fun. It's not a long game. It's I played it through quite easy with the first person, but it's you basically play a gangster. It's sort of a 2D shoot 'em up, but it's sort of shooting zombies, gangs, mutant rats. That there is a thinly veiled plot throughout the whole thing. But
is it like Shank but with guns?
Sounds like
it's got a similar art style to Shank, actually. Yeah, but it has got multiplayer. You can have up to 4 players. So I think it might be, even though I played through it and I enjoyed my time with it, I think it might be more fun as a party game, actually. But
sounds a bit like Broforce as well.
Yeah, and a sort of Broforce meets, Streets of Rage, Metal Slug, that sort of thing. You know. So, but yeah, that it whiled away an afternoon.
Broforce, of course, most notable for the fact that the composer of the soundtrack went on to do the theme tune for the E14 Gamecast.
Yes,
he did very well.
Yeah, he did.
Plug.
Indeed.
But apart from that, nothing big. So, what were your games that you were thinking for your next GenCon?
So, I've got a choice of a few different ones. So, I can go for the stuff on my Xbox, in which case I'm choosing between Far Cry 5, Middle-earth: Shadow of War, Watch Dogs 2, and Wolfenstein 2. So these are my Xbox choices. On PlayStation, I can choose between Detroit, God of War, Uncharted 4, and one more that escapes me. Oh, GTA 5.
Oh, okay.
And then on Switch, I've got Attack on Titan 2.
Okay.
Flashback, the original one.
Oh, okay.
They did a reissue because it's 25 years old this year.
I would probably get stuck at the same bit that I did anyway. Yeah.
I'm fully expecting to, but I picked up a collector's edition because it looked kind of cool. And I hadn't picked up a collector's edition in some time, and I thought, I'm going to buy the game anyway. I might as well.
You see, Blake, you say that, but how often have you been stuck on a video game and you've stuck this bit and you literally go to sleep and you wake up the next morning, you know exactly what you need to do?
I've done that before, yeah.
I mean, if it's been 25 years since you played Flashback, in theory, you would ever go, wake up the next day and complete the game.
Yeah, possibly.
And Another World.
Happened to me with Portal 2.
I didn't even buy Another World on the Xbox.
I had that with Portal 2. I once went to bed having spent, must have been a good hour and a half trying to solve one puzzle. Yeah. As I was going to sleep, I thought, I didn't try that. I'll try that. And then the next day I tried it and beat it first time.
Yeah.
And it was just a question of getting him to you had to figure out a way to just get him to fire off into the distance.
Mm-hmm. I did that with point and click adventure I beat recently. What's it called? It's the one that it's made by same guy as Monkey Island and
Thimbleweed Park.
No.
David Tentacle.
Double Fine, made by Double Fine. It's the one that they released as a Kickstarter, and it was
Broken Age.
That's it. Yeah, I have finished Day of the Tentacle now. I'm happy to say I did work out a bit. That was another one that took me several years, and I did beat.
Yeah, but to be fair, those 80s and 90s adventure games, you had to be on something to conceive of some of those solutions.
Yes, some of them were just so obtuse.
Yeah, it was what's it called? Zero Punctuation had a really good video about that. I think it was because when he was talking about Broken Age, he said, right, how do how to do an 80s and 90s style adventure game? Think of a problem. Now think of a really obvious solution. Now boil your head in liquid chlorine. Now try again.
Oh man, some of them were just became some of the puzzles where there was no logic involved at all. It became literally a game of attrition of trying every item with every item.
Absolutely. But I mean, let's be fair, who conceives of not only putting a rubber chicken with a pulley in the middle in the game, but making it such an integral part of a particular puzzle?
Yeah.
Ron Gilbert and Tim Schafer, apparently.
Yeah.
The weird bastards.
The comedian.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah.
I've already got one of those.
Yeah. So yeah, what you got anything that you're planning on playing soon? Obviously, I've just been through my list.
Video game wise, next on my queue is God of War when I complete that, man. And yeah, kind of flip between that. And I've taken a bit of a break from The Witcher, same as you. I need to get back into that again. Mm-hmm. That's next on my video game pile.
I might do the same.
Tabletop wise, I've got a lot of miniatures games I kind of want to get into heavier circulation. Like I said, I really want to get Armada played more to get a bit of practice in before Big Executor arrives. me and Blake and I invested in the Terminator miniatures game. We've played a couple of games of that and really enjoyed it. So I'd like to get that.
I have a set for that, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. We can get some massive games going on then.
Yeah.
So we need to get Batman going again.
And also Blood Bowl, because I've ordered my dice cards and
wonderful.
Dice and cards and Spite magazine for the Dark Elves.
Awesome.
Although I still have to paint up the last bits of my elf team to make them Dark Elves. Annoyingly, I was very tempted by the Naggaroth Nightmares because they are gorgeous models.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah.
I decided to honour my original plan, stick to the plan, and go with my Elven Union team. So I've got my dice and cards and my Spite magazine. I will probably next time I get paid probably buy the pitch, because the pitch. Have you seen the pitch?
Pitches are lovely. Yes, I have.
Like, have you seen it?
No, not the Dark Elf.
The Dark Elf one is flipped. I think they're all flipped, aren't they?
They're all double-sided. Yes.
So on one side, it's a pirate ship. On the other side, it's a pirate ship having just been swallowed by a kraken. Got like tentacles coming over the edge of the board onto the board and stuff.
Yeah, I've got the base pitch, which is human on one side and orc on the other, and I've got the winter pitch, which is human on one side, orc on the other, but it's got a separate weather chart. Okay. And the rule we have is, I think it's December to February real time we use for winter pitch.
Nice.
And I've also got the Skaden Dwarf pitch, which is indoor arenas. So again, may have different weather charts as well.
Cool.
And I think I've got tunnels as well.
And they're more forgiving than the board and the video game, rather, which is the Blood Bowl 2, in my experience, at least from playing the campaign, was here's a match. This will be easy. Here's another match. This will be slightly harder. Here's another match. Get cunted.
Get good.
Yeah.
Get cunted.
Yeah, just get cunt punted.
Yeah.
Basically, we're going to play you against the elves, and everything's switched on now.
Yeah, loosely on the Blood Bowl line. I've also got the Rumble Slam course set up about a year ago, and I've kind of had a little play with. I quite liked it. My wife wasn't as taken with it as I thought she was going to be, but in the past year, a couple of times I found myself going, I quite fancy giving that another go.
I'm up for giving that a go. I said to you the other day that Darksphere, not far from my work, has got individual Rumble Slam characters, like expansion characters and stuff.
Once you're up to speed, you could probably rattle off a full-blown match in between 15 and 30 minutes.
Okay, so it's not particularly skirmish.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a fight to a pinfall like a wrestling match is. Yeah. It's a 5-man team battle royal, just throwing people over the top rope to win.
Fair enough.
So they do turn over pretty quick. So everyone could bring a team, and you probably get 2-3 games in a night, especially if you got 2 rings as well. There's some lovely. I've seen the fan created cage matches and war games matches. And
I was going to say war games with 2 rings. Yeah,
I've seen it done. Yeah,
nice.
It has kind of a similar sort of sense of humour to Blood Bowl as well.
Okay, yeah, so similar.
Some of the wrestlers love it. Like there's a half human, half bulldog in British Bulldogs trousers.
Nice.
There's someone who's obviously Undertaker. There's a dwarf macho man, Randy Savage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Some of the models are lovely.
Yeah. Speaking of wrestling, as a quick aside, there is a pre-order date for Fire Pro Wrestling World on PS4. September 28th. So it's just over a month away. So they're going to be doing Fire Pro for PS4 this September.
It's actually a power release.
Yeah.
Wow.
Apparently so. I say it's on Amazon UK. I saw it on Amazon UK today, just while I was browsing. So seems to be a thing.
That's pretty tempting.
Yeah, I'm quite tempted because I've never had a Fire Pro game, and I've heard nothing but good things.
I have the Game Boy Advance version, and I played that a lot.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Yeah.
It's
wrestling game.
Yeah, it looks like fun, and it looks like it's got ludicrous numbers of matches you can play as well, which is always nice.
Oh, it was certainly the back end of it. Back in the day was huge.
Yeah. It looks immense in that respect.
Mm-hmm.
It does make me, that kind of stuff is what makes me tempted. You know these emulation boxes they sell?
Yeah.
Like the retro boxes.
Yeah.
There's one in particular that's got all the N64 games, which means it would have No Mercy on the N64, and that game was fucking great.
It was
one of the best wrestling games I've ever played. The only thing that it would be nice to have as well is, which it doesn't have currently, because obviously they've got the whole PS2 architecture to kind of figure out how to emulate before that happens, is SmackDown, I think it's Here Comes the Pain, or the one after that where you get GM mode for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Because I absolutely sunk years into, hours and hours and hours and hours into that game because it was so much fun.
No, I've got some tabletop wrestling management games, and they're really good fun.
Yeah.
Legends of Wrestling is one of he only uses wrestlers that he actually gets to sign off their permission to be in the game. So there's no bootlegs or anything like that. It's actually guys who wanted to be in the game.
Oh, cool.
And it's you and a friend get together, and it's almost like a GM-less RPG.
Yeah.
Because for matches and what happens backstage is determined by random charts, and the idea is you're playing almost like an in-character, that you're not playing a booker, you're playing a general manager. So something might happen, like there might be a backstage fight, and then you have to decide what you're going to do on the show next week to settle it with a score with you guys.
Yeah.
Get a couple of friends around and book a couple of shows. It's really good fun, especially when after the first couple of matches, when you get storylines almost seem to like naturally evolve. It's really fun to be a part of.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah. So Legends of Wrestling was the first one he did, and that took off. He actually managed to get licensed sets from Chikara, Shimmer, Ring of Honor, and Evolve, which used to be called Dragon Gate, I think, on Combat Zone. Okay. So most of the American indie feds, after a while, actually ended up having official sets put out for it.
Nice. That sounds pretty cool. Well, this Fire Pro Wrestling one that's coming out has got Kenny Omega on the box. I'm assuming it's got New Japan as a license, because otherwise that's a weird thing to do to Kenny Omega.
Unless he's independent.
He might be. That's a good point. Yeah, I'm just looking. Actually, I've just confirmed while I've been looking that the emulation boxes do have Game Boy Advance, which means they have Fire Pro Wrestling and Fire Pro Wrestling 2 on them.
Awesome.
As well. So it's just, it's very tempting. But at the same time, I've got enough devices that sit on HDMI and enough games to play without adding another 50,000 to my pile. Yeah. At that point, I'm just making my pile insurmountable just out of design. Yeah. It's already bad enough with my digital collection. It's part of the reason I quit the Game Pass subscription, just because I was like, well, I have 100 plus games in this subscription, but at the same time, I have that on my Xbox because of now they've got the backwards compatible stuff. All the Xbox 360 games have become available. Now they've got certain Xbox One original Xbox games. Seems weird that you can't call it Xbox One, but I've got Ninja Gaiden Black to play. I've got Knights of the Old Republic. I've got all the Halos, all the Gears, most of the Assassin's Creeds. Between all these different consoles, I've got this enormous library of games to play. And it occurred to me, why am I paying an additional subscription fee to access games I'm not really getting time for?
Yeah.
At that point, it's just, throwing good money after bad. All right, then. I think it's getting late, and I'm in the room where I'm particularly hot, so I'm going to I'm going to call it there. So thank you very much for listening to the E14 Gamecast. If you've enjoyed the show and you wish to subscribe, we are available on all good podcatchers and Apple Podcasts. See what I did there? Spotify, YouTube, Podbean, Podchaser, Podcatcher, Pods, Omatic, Podshark, Pod, Dropkick. Some of these are made. Yeah, Discord. Some of these are made up. I've made some of these. Podcord. Dripcock. Dropkick. Drippycock Pods. And you can find us on all the good podcasting things. Just search the E14 Gamecast on Google and you'll find various different podcasting catchers with access to us. If you want to interact with the hosts of the show, you can join our Discord. Like I say, there'll be a link in the show notes, or you can find it on Twitter by searching at Emotionally 14. I'll make sure it's pinned up somewhere. Or there's a Facebook page, Emotionally 14, and a Facebook group for the E14 Gamecast. And again, the Discord can go in there. Guys, where can people find you in between shows?
One thing I was going to do before we sign off is you see the big news, Gale Force 9 have got the rights for Dune to do tabletop games.
I did not see that. Interesting.
It's quite a big thing because a few big companies have been fighting over the Dune rights for quite a few years, because Avalon Hill had a Dune board game. I think a French company had like a limited run of a tabletop RPG.
Okay.
What excites me about Gale Force 9, not only are they quite a reputable company, it's their tanks miniatures game does pretty well.
Oh, okay,
and the Star Trek Ascendancy, they did very well. What really excites me is they made the Spartacus Blood and Sands board game. And the idea of them doing Dune with that
is pretty cool.
Is pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's almost the thing I just came up with the other day that would excite me in terms of a Telltale game is to announce a Battlestar Galactica game.
Okay, well, that's not outside the realms of possibility.
No, it's not. And the only thing I would say that might work against the idea is that the license is quite old now. It's like the remake's coming up on 15 years old. So I wonder if it might just
go for more recent stuff, don't they?
Yeah, it's a shame because I feel like it would make a really good game, but because it's very story.
It was a shame the Guardians of the Galaxy one never really took off. So I got the feeling that was them being trialed to do a Star Wars one.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, but it's a shame. But I don't know. Guardians never really struck me as a series I would want a story-driven game about.
No, I've never picked it. I'm kind of waiting for it to come in a decent price on the sale. I'll pick it up.
Yeah, same.
I've not rushed out to get it I did with the second season of Batman.
No, I've got the second series of Batman to play. I've got Tales from the Borderlands. I still haven't finished. We're going to pick up The Walking Dead final season when it comes out because we've played all the others, and New Frontier was very good. I can't remember the Telltale stuff. Stranger Things is Telltale. They've announced that, haven't they?
Yes.
And then they've got Walking Dead final season and Wolf Among Us Part 2 this year as well. So that'd be cool.
Yes.
So this year or next.
Yeah, I have Guardians of the Galaxy in my to-play pile, but I haven't got round to it yet. I've got loads of those sort of games still to play. I've only done the first episode of the first series of Batman. Obviously, I've got Guardians. I've got Life is Strange. I've never played.
Oh, that's good.
I think I've picked that up.
It's good. The story's mixed. There are bits that I really liked and bits that annoyed the piss out of me, but generally it's worth a play for sure.
Yeah. Well, my most recent purchase was I picked up the Return to Arkham double pack at a reasonable price.
Oh, nice. Yeah, those are great games.
Nice. Yeah, I remember really liking them first time round.
Yeah, very cool.
We should probably come back to a sign-off now, shouldn't we?
We can do. Yeah, that's fine.
I saw Blake out the corner of my eye and it reminded me of Dune for some reason.
So, guys, where can people find you?
Still not there.
God, just Peter Stormare's face on a Shai Haluf.
Everything else is puppets, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Wild Night Owl goes to town.
Yeah.
Guys, where can people find you between shows?
You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram at Harmer the Appreciator. And you can find me on Twitter at FucksakeBlake. Also on Facebook, you can find us on the Emotionally 14 Gamecast group.
Yes, you can. So it's attached to the Facebook page.
And you can find me at work.
Don't find him at work. It's mean.
It's a bit weird.
Yeah. It is a bit weird. Yeah. It's creepy.
Don't
stalk him. There'll be, we've got news coming in the not too distant future about ways you can meet Blake. Okay, if you're that desperate. Brad, what about you?
You can find me on Facebook.com/Brad Harmer Barnes. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at RealBradHB. Like, what are you doing with your chin? Is that your Peter Stormare impression?
Like I'm watching the wall.
So you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at RealBradHB. On Emotionally14.com, I'm also the co-host of Fire When Ready, the Star Wars tabletop gaming show, and Brick Fury, one of our Heroclix related shows. You can catch me over on talkstarwars.co.uk on their podcast, and you can buy my books through Amazon.
Yes, you can. You can use the Amazon widget to do so on emotionally14.com, and you can send a little bit of love E14's way as well as Brad's way as well, because obviously he still gets his royalties exactly the same way. So you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at RobWadeVision. I'm the host of the newly resurrected E14 Toy Box on YouTube, which is ostensibly Heroclix, but also Star Wars Destiny, and basically anything you can blind bag. Otherwise, you can find me on Talk Star Wars. I say at Rob Wade Vision on Twitter and Instagram, and you can now buy a book which I wrote. It's short and sweet on podcasting. If you're an aspiring podcaster, or if you just want to read stuff I wrote, Thoughts on Podcasting is available on Amazon exclusively now, and you can purchase it for the low price of the lowest possible price in your region. Whatever that may be in your region.
Is it ebook exclusive, or are you paperback as well?
It is ebook exclusive for now. If there's if people express interest in paperbacks, I'm willing to look into it. But at the moment, it's currently ebook only.
That's cool.
Yeah,
cool. So, you can find all three of us on the E14 Discord channel.
This is true. You can, and there will be a link in.
Download Discord.
Yeah,
I already have.
Oh, you have it. Great. Okay, I'll send you a link. Yeah. So there is a newly created E14 Discord. Blake is on there.
Okay.
If he isn't,
you better be.
You owe me. So yeah, you can join us on
Discord. You better be.
Chat with the E14 host. You can talk about your favorite stuff we do. There's a room on there for everything. There's one for the website itself. There's one for tabletop generally. There's one for video games generally. There's one for the Gamecast, Crazy Train, Fire When Ready, Brick Fury, the Toy Box. You name it, we've got a channel for it.
Mm-hmm.
Even general.
Yeah, it's general.
Yep.
It's just a good rank.
Yeah, it's good.
There's loads of stuff.
Yeah,
there's even a little hashtag channel for what games you're gaming. So just feel free to jump on and tell us what games you're gaming. Start a chat. You never know. You might meet your new best friend in the E14.
Absolutely. You might meet the love of your life because Blake's there. Yeah, Blake's there. So you might.
Unfortunately, you'll meet Blake.
Yeah, but it will mean you meet Blake. So if you're happy with that, then Discord.
Swings and roundabouts.
Yeah. So actually, it looks like I can just read off the link. Maybe I should just do that here. Let's do that. Discord.gg/
the cat.
/DM2YWEA. So it's discord.golf/Delta Mike 2 Yankee Whiskey Echo Alpha.
I feel like we should be able to do something with that.
Just rewind this bit of the podcast over and over and over again until you got it right.
Yeah. Anyway, A at the end. See you there.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a search function.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find one. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But in any case, thank you very much for listening to the E14 Gamecast. Bibbidi Bop Games.
That's what I'm saying.